Hi, hello, it's Nikki and welcome to my messy bookshelves. Today I'm here to give a quick reading wrap-up, a reading recap for what I have been reading in the past week or two. It is the festive season, which is my favorite time of year, so I apologize if I get a little cheerful about it, but I do really enjoy this time of year, and I love everything that comes along with it, so I did carry over one book from November and I did complete it. It was an audiobook and it was The Introverted Leader by Jennifer Kahnweiler. And that was a book, like I said, that was a carryover from an event that was happening in November, which was Neurovember. So I am glad that I read it. Obviously, from the title, you can guess what it's about. It is about using your introverted gifts in the workplace if you are in a leadership role. So I found a couple of useful tips and I am glad that I listened to it. And I think it was free on Audible for me. So enjoyed it. And yeah, moving on to my more festive, my actual December reads. So the first one that I read was A December to Remember by Jenny Bayliss. And this book was absolutely delightful. This is very festive, and it is not actually a Christmas book. It is a book centered around the winter solstice. So it is very charming. It is about three half-sisters. They are estranged, and their father, who owns a very interesting antique shop, passes away, and they are called together for the reading of the will, and he had some plans for them. And just delightful. I loved it. The characters were vastly different from each other. So the three sisters, obviously nothing alike, but it was very heartwarming to see them interact and establish a relationship with each other and this adorable little village that they are in the midst of for this book. So I highly recommend it. Very festive without being centered around Christmas, if that is not your thing. So loved it, highly recommend. And then the next thing that I finished was finally The Man Who Died Twice by Richard Osman. And this is the second book in the Thursday Murder Club series. And I had been wanting to finish this for a while. I picked it up because I loved the first book, started reading it, and then put it down because I am very easily distracted. So loved it. And I will continue reading these books until I get tired of them. So I don't want to say too much, but we have our same characters back, some side characters that we met in the first book, and the cheeky, retired main characters are back at it again, having adventures and lots of shenanigans in their little retirement community. So I loved it, and for me, I think what I love about these, because the mysteries, I won't say that they're easy to solve because I don't think I exactly figured out who done it, but I did have an inkling. However, the characters are what make these books amazing. There are some terrible things that happen in these books, but the friendship of the characters and their interactions with each other are precious. I love them. And I wish that I had them as friends here in real life. So, highly recommend, and I will be moving on to whatever other books there may or may not be in the series. So, the next one is actually one I did read the short story, Babushka. I did not realize that said short story was going to be like 2 pages long. So I did finish it. It was the one that caught my interest when I read the titles that were included in this treasury. And I would have liked more, but I realized that it was meant to be part of a collection of children's stories to be read out loud. So I did enjoy it, but very, very short. Another thing so that is it for everything I completed. I am actually in the middle of a couple of things right now, or actually 3 things. So the first one was one that I downloaded because it was available for free, and I was waiting for my daughter's Christmas concert at school to start, and I was sitting in the audience, and I downloaded The Answer Is No by Frederick Bachman. And I think it caught my eye because I remember, I think it was Ellen that recommended this, and I was like, oh, I need to check that out. And so far so good. I made it about 20% into the story before the concert started, so it is one that I will continue and will probably finish because it seems like it's very short. Excuse me. The next thing is The Christmas Guest by Peter Swanson, and I am maybe about 30% into this one, and it is meant to be a very creepy manor house spooky mystery set at Christmas time. So, so far, so good. I am enjoying it. I'll probably finish this one today. So, it is an American student who is invited as a guest to an old manor house in England that is sort of crumbling down, and there is an old mystery that we are just learning about. So I'm pretty early on in the book, but yeah, centers around this American student and her stay at this manor house where a murder was committed. I don't know if there's going to be more murders, but we shall see. So I heard it was creepy, so I wanted to pick it up. And then the last thing that I am in the middle of right now is reading The Chimes by Charles Dickens. So this was part of a reading event put on by Katie at Books and Things to read the short stories of Charles Dickens, the Christmas ones. So, or Christmas, the festive ones, because I think The Chimes, it seems like it's New Year's. But yeah, that is everything that I have been reading. I've been enjoying everything, and I think it's going to be a good month because I have more time than I usually do. Even with everything that's going on, you know, for this time of year, I am having more time off of work, so it is very nice. So, I thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video, and I would love to hear what you're reading for this time of year. If you are a person who hates this time of year, I would love to hear what you are reading as well. Or if you are someone like me who loves this time of year, I would love to hear what you're reading too. But again, thank you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.